Hey guys, Zerkaa here and welcome back to my Millwall career mode series, and we're going to start off this episode. We're going to quickly look at the league table and see how we're getting on. And then we're currently sitting in 7th place, 4 wins, 1 draw and 3 losses. We scored 21 goals, conceded 13 with a goal difference of +8. Now we'll look at the squad report, as some of you guys had asked me previously. You see Cragno is actually worth 2.2 million now. And I'm not going to try and keep up with the actual gameplay because that's just too hard of a task. So we're just going to sit here and look at them with you. You can see, I'll just point out a few obvious things. Like the values of players, like Bittencourt's now worth 6 million, Ake's worth 4.3 million, Redmond's up to 8.5 million, and then I think you got Martin's the cost of worth 15.5 million already. Benzia's worth 7 million, and he's got +2. Piazza's worth 9.5 million, up and gone +1. Vidal is now worth 25 million, rated 82, and still only 19 years old. You see, like Moore Taylor and Nascimento have gone down in rating. Dementis is now worth 6 million, at the age of 17. This Nuno guy we got on loan is starting to get some improvements. And you've got a few other players here. You see, like Fabian Spires hasn't gone up at all, so I definitely need to either send him out on loan or do something, because I can't really. I guess I could play him in the cup games, but I can't really do anything with him because, like, I can't play him in the first team because he's not good enough, and then I can't send him out on loan because if Cragno gets injured, then I'm screwed. So I think what I need to do is just buy a new goalkeeper and send out Spires on loan, and then hopefully Spires will improve over time. Anyway, so going into our first game here against QPR, you can see Bittencourt scores in the 3rd minute with a nice little chip touch, and then cuts in between the two players and scores in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, as soon as you score a goal early on in career mode, the other thing seems to crumble, and it just seems to happen here again. And QPR gave away a penalty here in the 10th or 11th minute, and I let Redmond take it because he actually won the penalty, and he took it straight down the middle, just above the goalkeeper, as I said before, and it seems to work. It just seems to not always work. Sometimes you get saved. As long as you get the right power and you get the right amount of up force on it, then it will go between that goalkeeper's head and the crossbar itself. And we're into 21st minute now, and Redmond is running down the right-hand side, puts a cross in, and Benzia gets his head on that, and it seems to be one of Benzia's good traits that he's get. See, even though he's playing at centre attack in mid, he seems to get into the box, and he seems to be pretty good at heading. He seems to win a lot of headers for me, and has proven there he won that header there and made it 3-0 to us in QPR against QPR. Only 30 minutes in and we're winning 3-0, and this game was turning into an absolute embarrassment for QPR. And you see Vidal with the ball here, plays a nice chip through over to Piazzon. Piazzon takes the ball down, turns, and then almost gets past the defender, but he doesn't. But it falls to Vidal kindly, and he shoots that into the bottom right-hand corner to make it 4-0 in 34 minutes. And as you can see, this game had an absolute killing on the cards because he was winning 4-0 before half-time, but there wasn't a goal before that. And now we're into the second half now. Vidal cuts inside and then plays it across. No, he shoots, and that goes just narrowly wide. Apologies, I'm thinking of a different clip. Ake has the ball here and plays it to Vidal, who then plays it across. Piazzon then does a through ball here to Bittencourt, and Bittencourt scores that then to make it 5-0 in the second half. And what tends to happen sometimes is if you have a very action-packed first half, the second half seems to go a bit quiet, and I was expecting that to happen in this game, but luckily we scored pretty early on, and so that wrote that off the cards, and we looked like we were set for another action-packed second half. We're into the 65th minute here. And Piazzon gets played through and uses his pace to get past their defence, and then goes with the near post there to make it 6-0. And QPR were just awful. I think, as I said, as soon as you score that first goal, they crumbled. And they crumbled, they did. They were so easy to break down as well. Like, it could have been at least 10-0. The amount of chances I had as well, I'm not showing them because I can't. It would be so much time taken up to showing them. Again here, 80th minute. Vidal uses his pace to get past the defence with a nice 1-2 with Piazzon, or Lecoin actually, and then does a nice finesse there to make it 7-0. And this, again, as I said, it could have been more embarrassing for QPR. 7-0 is embarrassing enough, but it could have been a lot more embarrassing for them. And I see the replay from that. And that is the full-time result, 7-0. You see, no one actually picked up a hat-trick there. You've got Vidal picking up 2 goals, Bittencourt picking up 2 goals, Piazzon picking up 1, Benzia picking up 1, and Redmond picking up 1 from the actual penalty. Look at the league table, see how that affected our stats in the league, and we haven't actually changed position. The only thing that's changed is obviously the amount of wins we've got, our points, and obviously our goal difference and goals for. So now got 28 goals scored, most in the league, with 13 conceded, and a goal difference of +15 already. Somehow we're just killing it. Now going into our next game here against Manchester United. Now I was very apprehensive about this game because obviously Man United were actually first in the league prior to this game. But coming off of the bat of that game, I was hoping that I could take in the form from the previous game into this game and hopefully give Man United a run for their money, so to speak. And you're going to see what happens here. But you see, we can't actually see them on the table right now because they're above Arsenal. We started off pretty well, and Vidal has a shot there and it hits the right hand side post and goes narrowly, goes across the goal, nearly goes in, but it goes across the goal and goes out for a goal kick. Piazza with the ball here, puts in a cross, and Benzia again getting his head up and scoring to make it 1-0. And I was so happy with that goal because I was like, I actually thought I'd get, like, as soon as you score a 1-0 up against Man United, you have a good chance of beating them, because they seem to be a team that are very beatable. Even though they're as good as they are, they seem very beatable in career mode. Piazza gets the ball there and nearly slots it past the goalkeeper for a slide tackle, but that just goes narrowly wide. But then again, he picks up the ball here, shoots, and that goes in to make it 2-0 just after the second half had started. And 2.5, I was feeling very confident that I could actually hold on to this lead and beat them. So I kind of sat back after this point. After this goal, I kind of sat back and I was like, I will let them attack me. I don't want to give away don't want to make too many mistakes. But I made a triple substitution here just to get some fresh legs on the pitch. And they didn't provide any real attacking threat, and we countered here in the 90th minute. Redmond with his pace and breaks through to make it 3-0 there. And obviously they must have gone like ultra attacking to try and get a goal against me. But luckily I managed to defend well and then countered and used my pace and got through there with Redmond, and he slid that into the bottom left hand corner, and I made it 3-0, and that was the final. That was a full-time result, and that was a really impressive performance, to be honest. In our past 2 games we've basically scored 10. We haven't basically scored 10, we've scored 10 and conceded 0, so we're in some crazy form right now, and to beat Man United 3-0, especially when they're top of the league, that's a very impressive result to get. And look at the league table again, see how that has affected us, and again, we haven't changed where we are in the league. All we've done is cause a little stir up at the top. Man United are now 3rd, Norwich are 4th, which is interesting. Arsenal have now dropped from 2nd to 6th, and you can see we scored 31 goals and conceded 13 with a goal difference of plus 18 already. We scored the most goals in the league by miles. Actually, no, not by miles. Liverpool are actually quite close to us. But other than that, after Liverpool, it's quite a big gap between the goals scored between us and the other teams. Now going into our next game here against Sheffield Wednesday. You see, I've kind of switched around the team. I played a few youngsters in the team, like Nuno in defence, and I played a few other youngsters here and there, and put some in the bench just to drop a few players, get some fresh legs on the pitch, and see what these new players can offer me. And obviously, you don't want to you don't want to pick up any injuries or anything against a team like Sheffield Wednesday, especially because it's only a cup game. But I said it's only a cup game. We do want to actually progress in the cup, but I know the team that I've got that I can still progress. And to be fair, Sheffield Wednesday provided quite a decent threat. And I don't know, as I said, it seems to be one of these things where when you play a weaker side in career mode, they do tend to be a bit more defensive against you. And it usually ends up being quite effective because it means they're a lot harder to break down. You have to like kind of play slowly and then slowly break them down. Then where you play slowly, it then enables them to counter you. So it's what you usually do to bigger teams. So it kind of works both ways. So sometimes it can be the weaker sides on this game in career mode can actually be the harder teams to beat. But we broke through here, 45th minute with Vidal. He's using his pace to get through all the defence, and he makes that 1-0 on the stroke of half time there. And I couldn't be happier with that goal because I was starting to panic. I was starting to think, oh, I might have to bring on some better players like Piazon to. I might have to take off Lecointe and bring on Piazon so I can get Piazon and Vidal partnership going again. Just a chance to score some goals. But luckily, after I scored that goal, second half started, and I scored another one here with Nascimento. That's our player that we got as a free agent in the transfer window or the end of the season. And so I've got 2 left wingers, and I've got Nascimento and I've got Martin Da Costa. Da Costa is on loan from Real Madrid, and he is really good, but his stamina is really low. So Nascimento gets a good amount of play time because I always have to take off Da Costa and bring on Nascimento. So I'm kind of debating whether I might just play Nascimento instead of Da Costa and bring on Da Costa. Because at the end of the day, Nascimento is one of my players, where Da Costa is a Real Madrid player. So basically, all the time that I'm playing Da Costa, I'm just improving a Real Madrid youngster. I'm making him worth more than he actually is already. So I have to think about doing that. See here, we won that game, obviously, and we progressed through into the next round of the cup. I think we can actually progress to the quarterfinals now. So I don't know who we'll get. I don't know if that tournament tree actually works the same way as a normal tournament tree, and we play against a person underneath us. I didn't really make a proper look and see what there was there. See here, but Lecointe picked up an injury in that game, which is really disappointing. And we won, obviously, we won £4,000 for winning that game there. So not the greatest amount of money to win, but it still was some money to win. But obviously that injury to Lecointe is quite bad because even though he's not in our first team, and he obviously comes on as a substitute, but it's bad because I actually realised this today. I actually really only have Vidal and Piazon up front. I mean, I guess Benzia is actually a striker, so if it worst comes to worst, I'll put Benzia up front and I'll put Dementes back. Yeah, I guess that's probably. I'll just solve my own issue straight away there. So if you enjoyed this episode, then please leave a like. If you have any feedback to give, any tips, please leave a comment. If you want to check out my Ultimate Team series, there's a link on the left-hand side of the screen. And if you want to check out my second channel, there's a link on the right-hand side of the screen. And I shall see you guys tomorrow. Good. Bye.